Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. So it would seem as though not only William had reservations about Harry's union with Meghan, but also his best friend, one of his old-time friends from Eton, Tom Skippy, and Skippy has popped up quite a lot over the last few months, also had a lot of reservations regarding his courtship of Meghan. Now, we know that Meghan and Harry had a very short courtship, and I'm under the impression that Meghan and Harry's union was actually an orchestrated one. That means that they both met through some kind of matchmaking agency of some description. That seems to be the widely accepted narrative that we've all been fed. They were set up. I think they was both on a celebrity type of matchmaking agency where they arrange discreet introductions for those who are in the entertainment world and the celebrity world. I think that Meghan, who has been described as very calculated by a lot of her school friends, possibly plummeted quite a lot of money into paying for this discreet service to get access to high net worth men like Harry. It was also rumoured that she was trying to get Cheryl Cole, who is a UK singer, her ex-husband on there. She was very interested in the likes of Ashley Cole, and she was very interested in that footballers' wives type, wag type lifestyle. But she ended up scoring much bigger. She scored Harry. I think that Harry was definitely looking for someone who was of colour to raise eyebrows. I think Harry is definitely someone who seeks thrills. I think that he knew that marrying someone of colour would definitely take the spotlight away from William and Kate and put him at centre stage, because it seems as though that's what Meghan and Harry have in common. They have a craving for being centre stage. So this article basically is based on an extract from Finding Freedom, which is officially out now, yawn, and they basically cover the way in which Skippy was punished for his comments regarding Meghan, and it seems as though he was also frozen out of Harry's life after he had shared his fears and reservation and his doubts. Now, we have to understand that William and Harry, being in the royal family and being the two heirs, obviously William is the official heir and Harry is the spare, not the heir. He is a backup, but still being in line to the throne and being of such a prestigious lineage, have spent a lot of their lives trying to avoid people with ill intentions, especially in the realms of dating. I would imagine it's very hard when you come from that background to find someone that's genuine, who doesn't just want to marry you for everything that you come with, your lineage, your wealth, the limelight. And I think that Skippy and William did really try and warn Harry about the possibility of Meghan being, I hate to say it, a gold digger, an opportunist, a climber, all of these things that she has subsequently been branded as in the public eye. Way before their relationship actually became public, they was trying to warn him of these pitfalls, and Harry didn't like it. Harry really hated it. So I'm gonna read this. Harry's close pal, Tom Skippy, had doubts about Meghan Markle and warned him to slow things down. So they felt as though he was rushing, which he probably more than likely was. Their courtship was very short. Once it became known that they was an item, it just sped up really quickly. One of Prince Harry's oldest friends shared his doubts about Meghan Markle when she arrived on the scene. According to royal biography Finding Freedom, Tom Skippy was punished for giving his school pal advice, and that definitely did happen. We know that after the formal wedding ceremony, after the formal church part of the wedding was completed, Tom Skippy and his wife were not invited to the wedding reception, and instead they were replaced with the likes of who neither Meghan or Harry knew very well, George Clooney, and all of the other celebrities who they just invited for appearances in exchange for his best friend Skippy, which is clearly sad, but it shows the way in which Meghan and Harry share very similar traits of discardment. Skippy, who was inseparable with Harry since they met at Eton, advised Harry and Meghan to live together before doing anything more serious. So they didn't even share an apartment, which is interesting. That's actually a new fact that I didn't know. A source close to the couple told the authors Omid Scooby and Caroline Durand that although his advice came from a good place, Prince Harry didn't totally see it that way. According to the Sunday Telegraph, it really hurt Harry that someone he was so close to would not trust his judgment. William is also said to have told Harry not to rush into the relationship. After sharing their reservations about Meghan, Skippy and wife Lara were said to be punished by not being invited to Harry and Meghan's wedding party at Frogmore House. And that definitely did happen. They was frozen out, as I previously just said. They were frozen out, and they was pretty much frozen out for a good year after the wedding. They wasn't a part of it. And it's only during lockdown that Harry seems to have reached out to Skippy. They're both living in America now, and they seem to have resolved their differences, because I think deep down in Harry's heart, he's not as callous and as ruthless as his wife, Meghan. The couple's new A-list pals, Oprah and George Clooney, did secure an invite. This is what they actually said in the article. As I already stated, they did get an invitation, and it seems as though the new people, whether they be famous or not, were favoured and given preference over Skippy and his wife Lara. Skippy was one of the friends at the infamous Las Vegas night in 2012, where the royal was caught playing naked billiards with women in a hotel suite. So if you was following the royals back then, this was something that was an absolute disgrace, and everyone was in uproar about how could Harry be doing this? Why is he doing this? He definitely was breaking with protocol. William has never ever been photographed in such a compromising position, but this is William. He is in line to the throne. He is definitely going to sit on the throne one day, whereas Harry will more than likely not. And Skippy was there. He was by his side. Now, this doesn't really make a good case for Skippy being a very good influence on Harry, but he has known him for an extremely long time. Their friendship goes way, way, way back. The banker first became friends with Prince Harry after they met at Eton and remained close ever since. But his tomfoolery reportedly had no place in the world of fruit smoothies and early nights that Meghan is an advocate of, it was said. So we know that Meghan is allegedly a humanitarian. She's into that organic smoothie lifestyle, being very healthy, getting your 6 to 7 hours of sleep every single night, doing yoga and Pilates, and spending a hell of a lot of money on her looks and in the beauty department. And Harry seems to have given up that late night boozing, drinking, reckless persona that he once had in exchange for this eco-warrior lecturing persona that he has adopted with Meghan that seems to be all talk and no real action. Finding Freedom by writers described as Harry and Meghan's cheerleaders and serialized in The Times says Harry and William had first discussed Meghan after William met her a handful of times. William actually met her on a number of occasions before they had a serious conversation about Harry pursuing a long-term future with this lady. The authors say William wanted to make sure the American actress had the right intentions, and of course he would say that. We know that William and Kate had an extremely long courtship. It spanned over 10 years, and even then during that courtship they did break up. I think they broke up twice. He dumped her twice, and she was branded with the name Waity Katie. So he was just trying to make Harry see it his way and make Harry possibly do the same thing, make her wait. You're still a relatively young guy. Harry was 33 at the time. And Harry didn't like that. He felt as though he had found his match, and we've seen how his life is shaping up now. They quote a source as saying, after all, these are two brothers that have spent their whole lives with people trying to take advantage of them. As William didn't know a lot about Meghan, he wanted to make sure that Harry wasn't blindsided by lust, which is important. The biography says William told Harry, don't feel you need to rush this. Take as much time as you need to get to know this girl. The author says the words, this girl sent Harry into meltdown. I guess it would send Harry into meltdown. Meghan is not a girl. Reports suggest that she is currently at least 43 now. So she's not a girl. But anyway, guys, there you have it. Skippy was in opposition of this marriage. He wanted Harry to take his time. Harry didn't listen, of course, and the rest is history. I will be back with some more updates. Bye, guys.